from Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that the Northeast had witnessed unprecedented progress to the latest updates on the National Herald case and a Madhya Pradesh minister apologizing to Colonel Sophia Qureshi. Here are the top headlines of the day. Good evening. I am Nivedita Varadarajan and this is the Hindus News Wrap. Let's get started. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India's northeastern region is witnessing unprecedented progress and the government is determined to accelerate its growth story. PM Modi, while addressing the Rising Northeast Investors Summit in Delhi, said that for his government, East means, and I quote, empower, act, strengthen, and transform. He said, and I quote, there was a time when the Northeast was only known as a frontier. Now it is a frontrunner of growth, unquote. He said that the diversity of the region is its biggest strength, and every state in the Northeast is declaring its readiness for investment and leadership. He said, and I quote, the Northeast is emerging as a key destination for two strategic sectors, energy and semiconductors. He added that the first Made in India chip from the northeastern region will be introduced soon. He noted that peace, law, and order are crucial for any region's development and said, our government has a zero tolerance policy against terrorism and insurgency. PM Modi inaugurated the two-day event, which is being attended by chief ministers of the region, union ministers, bureaucrats, diplomats, among others. Top industry leaders including Mukesh Ambani, Gautam Adani and Anil Agarwal also attended the inaugural session. Some Congress leaders were among individuals who donated funds to the Young Indian and AJL on instructions from senior party functionaries, as not doing so would have been damaging for their political careers and businesses, the ED is learned to have said in its charge sheet filed in the National Herald case, according to PTI. The charge sheet was filed on the 9th of April before a local court, which is yet to take its cognizance. PTI quoted sources who said that the ED, in its investigation, found that some entities made payments to the company under the influence from senior party leaders who promised them certain favors in party politics. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, Ahmed Patel and Pawan Bansal have been named in the charge sheet for seeking donations for Young Indian. However, none of these leaders have been named as accused in the charge sheet. PTI reported that the ED is understood to have named Reddy, Patel and Bansal as Congress leaders on whose instructions a number of people made donations to Young Indian between 2019 and 2022. The investigating agency has named Sonia Gandhi as accused number 1 and Rahul Gandhi as accused number 2, apart from 5 others in a prosecution complaint filed under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Madhya Pradesh Minister Vijay Shah has issued a new public apology terming his remarks against Colonel Sophia Qureshi as a linguistic mistake. He landed in trouble after making some controversial remarks about Colonel Sophia Qureshi, who conducted regular media briefings during Operation Sindoor. In a post on X, he said that he was saddened and disturbed by the terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam. He said, and I quote, the words spoken by me hurt the community, religion and countrymen. It's my linguistic mistake. My intention was not to hurt or offend any religion, caste or community. I sincerely apologize to the entire Indian Army, Sister Colonel Sophia and all the countrymen for the words I said inadvertently, and once again with folded hands, I apologize, unquote. This apology comes after an SIT was formed under the Supreme Court's directions to probe an FIR filed against him on the orders of the Madhya Pradesh High Court. The 3-member committee is expected to submit its findings to the Supreme Court during the next hearing on the 28th of May. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that Operation Sindoor exposed the fact that terrorism in India is fully funded by Pakistan. While speaking at an event organized by the BSF, he said that the border guarding force proved its mettle during Operation Sindoor. He said that Indian armed forces hit terror bases in Pakistan, but the Pakistani army responded by trying to attack India. He said, and I quote, we targeted terrorists, but Pakistan took it on itself and proved that it was Pakistan-sponsored terrorism, unquote. He said, and I quote again, they dared to target us civilians but couldn't succeed in front of our air defense system. In response to which, we targeted their airbase and introduced our striking capability to them, unquote. India carried out strikes under Operation Sindoor on terror infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir on the 7th of May in response to the Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 people were killed. The Reserve Bank of India has approved the transfer of over 2 lakh crore rupees as surplus to the central government for the accounting year 2024-2025. The decision was made at the 616th meeting of the Central Board of Directors of the Reserve Bank of India. In a statement, the Reserve Bank said, and I quote, "Based on the revised ECF and taking into consideration the macroeconomic assessment, the Central Board has decided to further increase the CRP to 7.50%. The board thereafter approved the transfer of 2,68,590.07 crore rupees as a surplus to the central government for the accounting year 2024-2025. The board discussed the working of the Reserve Bank during the year and approved the Reserve Bank's annual report and financial statement for the year 2024-2025. The DGCA said that pilots of an Indigo flight which was caught in a hailstorm earlier this week was denied deviation to escape from bad weather by both the Indian Air Force and Lahore's Air Traffic Control Tower. Indigo's Delhi to Srinagar flight was caught in bad weather on Wednesday evening. Though the passengers and crew escaped without injuries, the aircraft's nose cone was badly damaged, leading to its grounding for inspection and maintenance. The DGCA said the flight entered hailstorm and severe turbulence near Pathankot. Before that, the Indian Air Force rejected the pilot's request to deviate towards the international border to circumvent the bad weather, and later Lahore's ACT turned down the plea. In a statement on Thursday, Indigo said that its flight from Delhi to Srinagar on the 21st of May navigated a sudden hailstorm and landed safely at Srinagar International Airport. There were 222 passengers on board, including 5 TMC MPs. Videos of the turbulence shows panicking passengers praying for their lives as the plane swayed. Pakistan closed its airspace to Indian carriers in the wake of the tensions between India and Pakistan following the Pahalgam terror attack. India has also shut its airspace to Pakistani airlines. Iranian and American negotiators met in Rome for the fifth round of nuclear talks after a public disagreement over Tehran's uranium enrichment. The talks, which began in April, are the highest level of contact between the two countries since the US quit a landmark 2015 nuclear accord during President Trump's first term in office. Since returning to office, Trump has revived his maximum pressure campaign on Iran, backing talks with the warning of military action if diplomacy fails. Iran wants a new deal that would ease sanctions. The fourth round of talks in Oman's Muscat ended with a public spat over enrichment. US insists that Iran cannot continue to enrich its uranium, while Iran said that there will be no deal if uranium enrichment was not part of it. Well, that's it for this edition of the Hindu's News Wrap. Stay tuned to the Hindu and subscribe for more.